throne of Hades. Full movie review. The Eclipse of Souls. The film opens during a rare cosmic alignment, the Eclipse of Souls, when the barriers between the realms of the living and the dead thin. Mortals witness strange phenomena, shadows moving on their own, whispers in the wind, and vanished souls returning briefly. Deep within the underworld, Hades senses an imbalance. His dominion is fracturing, as an ancient seal begins to weaken. The betrayal of the Olympians. On Mount Olympus, Zeus convenes a council of gods. The prophecy of the dark reign foretells that one of the gods will rise to claim the throne of all realms, replacing Olympus and Earth with eternal darkness. Zeus suspects Hades and orders the destruction of his gateway to prevent his return to Olympus. Feeling betrayed once again, Hades vows revenge on his brothers, Zeus and Poseidon. The awakening of the Reaper. In the shadows of Tartarus, Hades seeks the counsel of the Reaper Prime, Thanatos, an ancient god long imprisoned. Thanatos warns that the power imbalance stems from the heart of Erebus, the primal source of death energy sealed eons ago by the Fates. Hades decides to retrieve it, believing it will restore his dominion, but Thanatos subtly implies it could make him more powerful than Zeus himself, the mortal champion. In the mortal world, we meet Elias Draken, a fallen Spartan general who died dishonored in battle. He awakens in the fields of Asphodel, tormented by his past failures. Hades appears to him, offering redemption and a chance to return to life if he retrieves the heart of Erebus from the depths of Tartarus. Elias accepts, unaware he's being used as a pawn in Hades' grand design. The descent into the underworld. Guided by Nyx, the goddess of night, Elias journeys through the gates of the underworld. He passes the river Styx, meets the ferryman Charon, and confronts Cerberus in a test of courage. Through sheer will and skill, Elias earns Cerberus's respect, marking him as the chosen of the dead. The Trial of Shades. Elias enters the Trial of Shades, where he faces spectral versions of those he failed in life. Each victory restores fragments of his lost soul. Hades observes silently, impressed by Elias's potential, but troubled by his mortal compassion, a quality the god views as weakness. The Fates' warning. Atop the loom of destiny, the three Fates intercept Elias. They warn him that retrieving the heart of Erebus will unleash chaos upon all realms. They show him visions of Olympus in flames, mortals enslaved by shadows, and Hades seated on a throne of bones. Elias begins to doubt his mission, but his loyalty to his oath compels him forward. The betrayal of Persephone. Meanwhile, Persephone, Hades' queen, discovers her husband's plan to usurp Olympus. She confronts him, urging restraint, reminding him of their fragile peace with the other gods. But Hades, blinded by ambition, silences her and imprisons her within the Garden of Eternal Winter, ensuring no one interferes. The Guardians of Tartarus. Elias reaches Tartarus, the deepest pit of existence. To enter, he must defeat three ancient guardians: Asterion the Minotaur, Echidna the mother of monsters, and the Iron Serpent. In a brutal, visually stunning sequence, Elias overcomes each through intellect, endurance, and divine weaponry bestowed by Nyx, the heart of Erebus. At the center of Tartarus, Elias finds the heart of Erebus, a pulsating black crystal suspended above a void of infinite darkness. The moment he touches it, visions flood his mind: gods slain, worlds consumed, and himself sitting upon the throne of Hades. He realizes the heart feeds on desire. Still, he brings it back to Hades. The rise of the Dark Lord. With the heart fused to his soul, Hades transforms into a terrifying deity of death and creation. His armor darkens, his eyes burn with void energy, and the underworld trembles. He declares the dawn of the Age of Shadow, commanding legions of the dead to rise and march upon Olympus. War in the heavens. The dead flood Mount Olympus. Zeus, Poseidon, and Athena lead a desperate defense. Lightning and storms collide with dark fire and skeletal armies. The sky burns red. Hades and Zeus clash, a battle that splits the heavens and shakes the mortal realm. Yet Zeus falters, as the heart grants Hades power beyond divine limits. Persephone's rebellion. Breaking free from her prison, Persephone rallies the souls of the forgotten, mortals who died unjustly. She vows to stop her husband before he dooms all creation. She finds Elias and reveals the truth. He was never meant to serve Hades. He was destined to replace him. The rebirth of a hero. Haunted by guilt, Elias journeys to the river Lethe and sacrifices his remaining memories to cleanse his soul. Emerging purified and reborn, he gains divine power as the Warden of Balance, a being capable of ending gods. Persephone gives him the Blade of Oblivion, forged from the tears of the Fates. The Siege of the Underworld. Elias leads a rebellion through the Underworld, rallying souls and fallen demigods. In a massive set-piece battle, armies of light clash against the undead legions of Hades. The cinematography alternates between red lava and white ethereal light, symbolizing the balance between life and death. The Throne of Bones. Hades, now fused with the heart of Erebus, sits upon his monstrous throne, controlling the flow of all souls. Elias enters, facing the god in a brutal duel of ideology and strength. Man versus God, mortality versus eternity. Hades taunts him. You fight for balance, but only chaos can survive forever. The fall of Hades. In a climactic battle, Elias drives the Blade of Oblivion through the heart of Erebus, shattering it. The explosion of shadow energy consumes the throne room. Hades, realizing his folly, sacrifices his essence to contain the chaos, asking Elias to guard the realms better than the gods ever did. The collapse of Olympus. Without Hades' balance, Olympus begins to crumble. Zeus and Poseidon flee, mourning their brother's death. Persephone, in tears, plants a single pomegranate seed in the ruins of Hades' throne, giving birth to new life in the underworld, symbolizing renewal through loss. The new keeper. Elias becomes the keeper of the underworld, ruling not as a god, but as a guardian. He restores the balance between life and death, ensuring souls find peace instead of power. The gates of Hades reopen, not as a prison, but as a sanctuary. The eternal balance. Epilogue. Years later, Persephone narrates as we see the underworld reborn, rivers of light, peaceful souls, and Elias seated upon a throne made of living vines, not bones. But as the camera pans to the depths of Tartarus, we glimpse a faint pulse of shadow, the remnant of the heart of Erebus, waiting for its next host.